Hello and welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to be making some cinnamon chinchin. It is coming and it is not complete without chinchin. So I have my ingredients ready and I'm going to get started. So today I'm going to be using plain flour and self-raising flour. The reason I'm using both of them is so that I don't have to use additional baking powder. So I'm going to use the self-raising because the self-raising already has baking powder in it, and this plain one, it just balances it out. So I'm using 1 kg of each, so in total that would be 3 kilos. I'm also going to be using 15 ml of cinnamon, 15 ml of salt. I'm then going to be adding, so for my milk I'm using the smallest jar of milk, so that's about 568 ml of milk, 3 cups of sugar, and for butter I'm going to be using about 700 ml of butter, and then 3 to 4 eggs. If your eggs are really large, you don't have to use maybe 4 is fine, but don't use more than 4 because it'll be too, you can just taste the egginess of the chinchin and you don't want that. So I'm gonna get started, and of course this is the oil for frying. I don't need it now, so I'm just gonna put it away on the side and get started with the ingredients that I need. 3 kilos, 3 kg of flour, 15 ml, 568 ml, 3 cups of sugar, 15 ml of salt, and 700 grams of butter, and 3 eggs. I'm using this 3 eggs because the double yolked egg, so I don't need 4 eggs. So let's get started. So I'm going to start by adding my dry ingredients in the bowl. First, I've gone ahead and I've done the flour. Now I'm going to add the sugar. 3 cups of sugar. 1, 2, 3. Next we're going to add the salt, so it's 2 tablespoons, that's 30 ml. 1, 2. And now we're going to go and add the cinnamon. For the cinnamon, we're going to add another 30 ml of cinnamon. 1, 2. And now we're going to mix them together. Mix this together, and then I'll start. Now I'm going to add my butter. You're going to mix until it becomes grainy, like gari. That's what you want. So I'm not going to keep you watching me mix. I will just come back and show you when I'm done and I have my gari consistency. After mixing, this is what I have, and now I'm ready to put my eggs in. Just gonna make us. Like I said, I'm not adding a lot of egg because I don't want to be able to smell the egg or taste the egg, and that and as well for my oil's sake as well. But I'm just adding it because you need it to be nice and rich. So you don't want to add too much eggs. I'm using 4 eggs, 4 large eggs. I'm going to mix, and then it will be time for me to add in my milk. So just going to keep mixing and then show you what I have in a bit. Egg mixed in, and now it's time for me to add in my milk. So the more ingredient you add, especially the wet ones, the harder your flour becomes. After I add this, and it's time for me to mix, I usually mix on the floor, on the ground, because I can't stand and do it. It's just too much for me. So I usually mix this on the ground so that we can fight the fight properly. And then I'll show you what I have, or what it's supposed to look like. So after mixing in the milk, this is what I have. This is what you should have. And now we're going to have half cup of water, and we're just going to add it in slowly. Not at the time, slowly. The reason you want to slowly is so that you don't make it become too watery. So I'm just going to add it a little bit at a time. You may not need all of it. So mix, mix, mix. Keep mixing, and I will show you what I have. Yeah, this was the hard bit. Okay, so this is what I have now. I end up adding all of the half cup of water. This is what I have. Can you hear me panting? Oh gosh, the struggle. Yeah, but this is what I have. This is what it looks like. And the more you need it, the softer it becomes, I guess. But remember, because we're frying it, you don't need it too soft, because if it gets too soft and then it goes in the oil, it'll just be making you angry. But yeah, this is what you want, and that's where we are. So now I'm ready to fry, and well, I'm ready to cut and then fry. This is like the hardest work of it all. I'm not very patient with this part, so usually what I do is I do 2 trays. So far so good. I have cut up some. I am just waiting for my oil to get hot before I start my frying. So oil getting hot is very important, so your chinchin doesn't soak water. It's water. So your chinchin doesn't soak oil. Just put that in. That's the tester one. As soon as that starts to fry, then you know that it's time to put the rest of your chinchin in. Another good tip is don't overcrowd it, because when you overcrowd it, it takes too much time to fry, and then that makes it soggy. So no overcrowding, enough oil, and the heat, it has to be hot enough. So I'm still waiting. Oh, just waiting. See, still waiting. So it's getting hotter. So it's frying time, and this is what you want. You want the oil to be hot enough that as soon as you put your chinchin inside, it just stains for a few seconds, and then they start to come back up, just like it's doing here. So this is what it looks like, and I'm gonna take it off now. Now I'm going to carry on and just fry the rest. So it's basically the same thing. Put it on and put it in and fry. And if you start to think that it gets brown too quickly, then reduce the heat and then watch it fry. So carry to do that until I'm done frying. So this is what I have after like a million years of frying. This is the chinchin. This is the bowl that it is in. It's nice, it's crunchy. This is the one that just came off the fire, so it's still soft, but it gets harder as it cools down. So yeah, so this is my recipe for large quantity chinchin when I need to prepare for Eid or an event or something, a small event. This is what I use. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you find this useful. Thanks for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.